students, welcome to our chemistry class. So we are at chapter number 3. Name of the chapter is elements, compounds and mixtures, and in the previous video we have already discussed about the compounds. So in this video we are going to start next topic, that is mixture. So what is mixture? When two or more substances are physically combined together are called mixture. For example, cold drink, tea, makeup, these all are physically combined with each other. Now what is the meaning of physically combined? So if I ask you one question that how can you make salad? So your answer is you can make it by cutting the various vegetables and then mix them together, and in this there is neither gain or loss of electrons by the atoms. So this is called physical combination. Let us see another examples like salt plus water gives salt solution. This is a mixture. Here salt is a compound and water is also a compound. Then they will form a mixture. Second one is if iron added in water, then they will form a mixture. In this iron is an element and water is an compound. Next one is when iron and gold they mix together, they will also form a mixture. In this iron and gold they both are the elements. So we can say that by combining different substances physically we get a mixture. Also we know that mixture is a impure substance because in mixture two or more substances are physically combined together, due to which we have two different kinds of particles in a mixture. Also these particles have not same chemical properties. For example, the salt solution formed having different chemical properties as that of the salt and water. One more thing, in case of mixtures, particles taken in any proportion. For example, when we add salt in water, then there is a formation of salt solution. So in this the amount of salt and water is not fixed. They can be taken in any proportion. Next we will see some examples of mixture. So first one is air is a mixture of gases. The air that is surrounding us composed of many gases, like the biggest component of air is nitrogen. It is present 78% in air. Out of the 22%, 21% is composed of oxygen. So we can say that nitrogen and oxygen gases form about 99% of air. The remaining 1% of air consists of several gases like carbon dioxide, argon, helium, neon, hydrogen, ozone and water vapors. So we can say that air is a mixture of gases. Second example is smoke is a mixture of carbon particles and air. We all know that when something is burned, then there is a release of carbon dioxide. So it is a mixture of carbon particles and air. Next example is gunpowder is a mixture of nitre, sulfur and charcoal. Also brass is a mixture of copper and zinc. Next we will see the types of mixture. There are two types of mixtures. First one is homogeneous mixture and the second one is heterogeneous mixture. So let's start with homogeneous mixture. So what is homogeneous mixture? Here is the word homo means same. So a mixture which has same or uniform composition throughout its mass is called homogeneous mixture. For example, salt solution made from salt and water. Now there is a question arises that can you differentiate the particles of this salt solution? Then your answer is no. You cannot differentiate the particles of salt solution. So we can say that the salt and water form uniform composition throughout its mass. So this is a homogeneous mixture. Let us see another examples of homogeneous like air, vinegar and carbonated drinks. These all are the homogeneous mixture because their particles are in the uniform composition throughout its mass. Now let us see what is heterogeneous mixture. So the word hetero means different. A mixture which has different or non-uniform composition throughout its mass is called heterogeneous mixture. For example, when you add oil in water, the composition of this mixture will not remain uniform. Also, you can differentiate between the two particles. So, this is a heterogeneous mixture. Now, let us see another examples of heterogeneous mixture like pebbles in water, then pizza. These both are the examples of heterogeneous mixture because we can differentiate between the two particles and their composition is non-uniform. Let us see one more example. When we dissolve sand in water, then the particles of sand does not mix with the water uniformly and hence after some time they will settle down at the bottom. Hence the composition is non-uniform. Next we will see the types of heterogeneous mixture. There are three types of heterogeneous mixture. First one is true solution, second one is suspension and the third one is colloidal solution. Now let us see first what are the true solutions. So when the size of the solute particle is so small that is mixed evenly with the solvent particle and it is perceived as a single component, that type of solution is called true solution. In solution there are two components, first one is solute and the second one is solvent. So let us see what is solvent. Solvent is the substance in which the solute dissolves and the solute is the substance that dissolves in a solvent. Solvent always taken in a greater amount as compared to that of the solute. Both are present in gas, liquid and solid state. For example, when we dissolve salt, that is a solute, in water, that is a solvent, then there is a formation of a salt solution. So in this the salt is completely mixed in a water. Also the size of the solute is so small, so we can perceive it as a single component. Now the next one is colloidal solution. In the colloidal solution the particle size is greater than that of the particle size of true solution. Also the solute particles become an integral part and cannot be separated by filtration. For example, when we add fluor in water, then there is a formation of a solution in which the fluor particles dispersed in a water completely and cover the whole part of the solution, and the particles of fluor in water can be differentiated but these cannot be filtered. Next one is milk. It is a complex mixture of calcium ions, sugar and other vitamins in water which cannot be filtered, hence it is known as a colloidal solution. Next we will learn what is suspension. In case of suspension, the solute particles are big and they cannot mix in the solvent and after that they will settle down in a solution. So we can say that a suspension is a mixture of water and non-dissolved material and we can differentiate between them. For example, when we add vegetable oil in water, then this solute does not dissolve in water and hence after that there is a formation of layer of vegetable oil above the water level observed. So we can differentiate between the two particles, hence it is a suspension. Also when we dissolve sand in water, then there is a formation of a suspension because here the sand particles settle down after some time, so we can differentiate between them. Next we will see some characteristics of mixture. First one is the constituents of mixture are present in any proportion, means if we want to form a salt solution, so for that it's our choice to take any amount of water and salt, they cannot be taken in fixed proportion. Second one is no chemical bonding present in case of mixture, they can be mixed physically. Third one is mixtures can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Next point is no energy changes during the formation of mixture. Next one is the constituents of mixture can be separated by physical methods, and in case of mixtures they have not fixed melting and boiling point.